big one is about someone who you grew up idolizing, Kevin,
Yes.
being Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
We'll get your thoughts right away. Jeff Hardy returned on AEW. Talk to us. What do you think?
Um, Man, I had a feeling this was coming. We kind of knew this was going to come after AEW announced the 90,000 seat arena, that big show, the All In show. They're going to need names to fill that show. So, CM Punk has been announced, which we're going to talk about. Jeff Hardy is now announced, and here's Jeff Hardy making his return. I didn't really exactly see what the match was, or if it was a segment. I'm not entirely sure what they did. All I saw was Jeff Hardy come out, take his shirt off, do a swanton bomb, pose for the crowd, pal, send everyone home happy. So what did they do? Was it a match?
Well, this thing, I'm in the same boat as you. I saw the clip circulate the timeline. I saw everyone was like, "Oh my god, Jeff Hardy's back!" Oh my
Yeah.
god, I saw the same video you did where he's having this like big moment. So yeah, there's that. But carry on.
Yeah, it's just good to see him back. Regardless, I hope he's in a safer place, in a better place mentally. But I mean, we've been down this road how many times with Jeff Hardy? Like at the end of the day, he's such a big star that he's been forgiven for so many things. You think about like if that was somebody like I don't know, just whatever, like Coco Beware back in the day.
Yeah.
Coco Beware would be gone. But guys like Jeff Hardy, guys like Randy Orton, that are special. But more importantly, that move merchandise and make the companies money. They're gonna stay around. That's what it's all about, regardless. It's like Tony Khan or Vince McMahon or whoever, Triple H, Nick Khan could tell you that Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy stuck around through their dark places because they're great talents and all this till they're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, they generate more money than almost anybody else in their respective companies. So that's realistically, that's the bottom line of why Jeff Hardy's here. I just hope that he can stay straight this time. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it reminds me, you mentioned the second chance point. I find it so interesting because it's so true. Like, I remember back, this is in WWE, remember in 2016 when they did the Daniel Bryan farewell and Titus O'Neil lightly touched the arm of Vince McMahon, 60-day suspension. And it's like, if that was a guy who moved merch, made money, was an established main event, that never happens. It's interesting. But yeah, Jeff Hardy's back. Because of how many times we've seen it, Kevin, I just don't care. I don't feel anything yet. I want to see how it plays out. Granted, if this is yet another time, as we've seen, Kevin, I've honestly lost count. It's happened that many times. If this is another situation where it's great now, give it 2, 4, 6 months, and there's, heaven forbid, we wake up, look at the timeline, there's another Jeff Hardy arrested or Jeff Hardy DUI or Jeff Hardy has been taken to rehab. If there's another one of those, I really hope not. Hopefully, once and for all, Jeff's fine and good to have one last run. We hope, but yeah, because of that, Kevin, I'm not that hyped, but that's just me.
Well, can I get your just most savage, ruthless, vicious, vile, brutally honest thoughts on the news that CM Punk is making his way back to AEW? This is your goat, pal, Philip Jack Brooks.
I'm very interested to see how that plays out because with CM Punk on the screen, it should deliver some really compelling, interesting content. Mm-hmm. The Elite,
got my CM Punk shirt on.
Yep, you're wrapping the merch. I got my Punk shirt in the cupboard in the other room. But yeah, like you've got these big feuds, an MJF thing on screen. As from the fans' perspective, it should be great. Behind the scenes, what happens backstage, which we never really see. Who knows what could happen with Punk back? This isn't the honeymoon phase anymore, where he's just come into AEW and he's feeling great and he's got his love for wrestling for the first few months. It's not that anymore. Punk's lived this AEW backstage locker room for over a year. He's had his injury hiatus. Now he's back. Knowing Phil Brooks, he'll hold any grudge that happened in a little discussion on a random show in September last year or on a random thing July last year. Punk remembers every bit of that, and Punk will hold those grudges. And if someone says something he doesn't like, he'll snap at them, yell at them, tell them to get the F out of his room. He'll rip up any script of dot point notes that they have for the night. That's Phil Brooks. So I'm more interested about the behind-the-scenes stuff with this because on the screen, 100%, Punk being back will help get Wembley to closer to a sellout, which I want to address with this. Kevin, if AEW sells or gets 45,000 people for that show, would you deem that as a success? Because to me, I saw a video on this and I was thinking about it. if I'm the promoter, if I'm Tony Khan and I'm booking Wembley Stadium, I'm booking it to sell out Wembley Stadium. I'm not booking it to get 40,000 empty seats. I'm not. That's not why I'm booking it. I'm booking it to try and get as close to sellout as possible. So 40,000 to me, all things considered, is a letdown, is a failure. I know it's a great number, 40,000, but if you're booking Wembley with what 90K, you want 70, 80, 90,000 in attendance. You just do. So yeah, over to you, pal. What are your thoughts?
Well, as of now, they've got 50,000 people. As of this recording, 50,000 people have signed up for like pre-registering, for pre-ordering the tickets. So I mean, that's already a big. It's already a big success.
And this is in what, end of August? So
yeah, it's the end of August. Yeah, it's like a week or 10 days out from All Out.
Yeah,
so they're doing All In and then they're doing All Out. They're turning around. I mean, this is a big gamble for AEW. Literally, they're going all in. I would say, all intents and purposes, I would say that's a 50,000. I think that's a success for a company that's not WWE doing a 50,000 seats. Now I get it, you want to sell out all 90,000, which I think they're going to get closer to like 70, 75,000 if I had to put a number on it. Depends on who they can get to come in. Like, say they get like a Drew McIntyre, you know? Who knows? Drew McIntyre allegedly is a free agent. They bring in like a Drew McIntyre, that could help bring, I mean, he's a big deal in Europe. You're giving me that face, but he's a big deal in Europe.
No, I just find he's a contracted WWE superstar. That's just why I like the...
Well, you've read you've been keeping up with the rumors, right? That he's going to be a free agent soon. So he's unhappy creatively. That's what the sheets are saying, pal. I mean, I think anybody could see that. Like, I don't think we need the sheets to report. Like, you think Drew McIntyre is happy slinging a sword at Jinder Mahal, like right after he was the main event of WrestleMania? Like, what has he been doing that's really been worthy of like a caliber star that Drew McIntyre is? Like, he's been essentially relegated to the mid card post WrestleMania 36. So I guess WrestleMania 37, post WrestleMania 37, he's been delegated to the mid card. So yeah, but yeah, if they get a guy like McIntyre, they bring in somebody like Goldberg that can move tickets. I don't see why not, pal. I think especially if Punk's coming back, like that's really what we're talking about here is CM Punk. If CM Punk's coming back, and regardless, you know, if he works with Chris Jericho, which I guess that's where we're headed. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega apparently don't want to work with him. Whatever. They don't like money. That's all that shows.
Like, it's wrestling. Just work together. It's money. Who gives it? That's more entertaining for us as the viewer. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, and then with Punk, with him being there, that's gonna instantly elevate to like 60, 70,000 seats sold. I mean, if they're already at 45,000, 50,000 seats right now, I don't see why they couldn't sell the thing out. Honestly.
Yeah.
But I think 70, 75 is like the number.
Yeah, I think Goldberg's definitely going to be on this show. That's my prediction. You got to remember, this is AEW, where you got Tony Schiavone, Sting. There's a lot of WCW isms to this. And Goldberg was literally the face of WCW besides NWO in really 98, 99. So I think Goldberg, whether it's all in or whether it's sometime this year, I think there's like a one-off run with Goldberg in AEW. I know people will hate that. I think Goldberg will wrestle Wardlow or something like that.
You don't want to see him wrestle Sting in front of 90,000 people in Wembley?
Do you want to see what happened in Saudi Arabia again, where you got wrestlers being dropped on their neck? Like,
yeah, that'd be something. All right, pal. Anything else you want to talk about before we get into the main topic?
There's nothing really relevant worth talking about. I want to get to the draft.
Yes.
Pal.
All right, so we're gonna do what we call the Elite Heat Draft. So you and I, we've each came up with a big board. And what we're going to do is we're going to take from a crop of every current talent is available. Every current wrestler. We got to take them as is. That's the one rule. So, you know, you can't take Brock Lesnar and make him work house shows and whatever. Yeah. You get Brock Lesnar the way he is. You get Roman Reigns the way he is. So on and so forth.
Well, pal, I just know before you even start this, your house shows wouldn't be as good as my house shows, okay? I can just lay that down. Nonetheless, yeah, wrestlers are as is. Roman Reigns, if one of us, when one of us drafts him, he's not going to be appearing every week on 2 shows. He's going to be appearing once every 2 or 3 weeks, as he is now. So yeah, there we go.
Exactly, and we're gonna collectively draft until we get to a top 20. So this is what, in our minds, in my collective minds, I guess these would be the top 20 most valuable wrestlers in the world right now, according to our standards. Correct?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's a good way of putting this. And then again, yes and no, because I've got a list of do not drafts. I've quite literally got written down do not draft, and I've got a list of 10 people.
Right.
So I'll reveal that afterwards, or Kevin will take some of them and I'll make the comment on it. I don't want to reveal that now, but yeah, it's pretty funny. That's a thing. But nonetheless, Kevin, how are we going to pick first, pal? How do you want to do this?
I mean, you've got the worst takes out of both of us, so you definitely, you got
and
the.
You upload the least on your main channel.
You got, you got the Austin Theory should have main evented WrestleMania night 1. You got that one in your bag, pal.
Mm-hmm.
You got your takes about Roman Reigns and Cody, and Sami Zayn should have won, I guess, in Montreal according to you. So I think with those bad takes in mind, you have earned the number 1 pick, pal, out of pure pity.
Okay, I'll have the first pick, but coming from you, the guy who's literally had memes created from how bad your takes are on social media, we'll go with that. So, with the first pick in the Elite Heat fantasy draft, is this really a surprise, Kevin? If he's available, I'm taking Roman Reigns.
I thought you were taking Austin Theory.
Pal, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make money, pal.
Cheddar.
Look, no, not too much rationale with this one. I get it. If he's only on once every 2 weeks, I'll accept that. Considering where wrestling is at, I'm fine with Roman with the star he is. I'll take Roman Reigns as my first pick. I'll take that.
I like that. Okay, so wow. Now I'm in a tough predicament because I too had Roman Reigns number 1.
Well, you gave me the first pick, so whose fault was that?
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly. Number 2, I'm gonna take Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And I know Brock Lesnar may not have a lot left, but if I'm starting a company tomorrow, Brock Lesnar is gonna give me more eyeballs than just about anybody else that we could put on this board. Brock Lesnar is gonna give me the most credibility. Even I would say even more credibility from a mainstream perspective than Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is just a badass. You could put him in there with anybody. As long as he's willing to wrestle with that person. And, me as a new promoter, Brock Lesnar is going to be picking his own opponent. I'm not going to tell Brock Lesnar who he can and can't work with. That's just me. I'm not trying to get a championship belt thrown at my head like Vince McMahon. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar is going to do his own thing for the most part creatively. He's been showing up a lot recently, so I guess I have.
I'll give you this. He's way more. He's literally barely missed a Raw this year, and he's been on every pay-per-view. So,
and he's even showed up on SmackDowns too. So, bro, I'm chilling. I got Brock Lesnar. I got full-time Brock Lesnar, pal. All right, kick it over to you.
Okay, pal. My next pick. Look, there's 2 I'm going back and forth with here, because I don't want you getting either of these, but I think one of these will be your next pick. So I'm trying to decide who I want here, both of which are future stars.
But my guess is MJF.
I'm taking MJF.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of Cody Rhodes here as well. But to me, MJF, he's just like 10 years younger. Like, I think we're trying to make these promotions, we're trying to make these as, big, watchable. I want Reigns, I want MJF. I think that's a great kind of foundation. Like, I could have taken Cody, but WWE's already dropped the ball with that in real life, so who cares about Reigns and Cody? We want MJF, pal. So I'm taking MJF with my second pick.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, that's a good pick, I would say. You could build around MJF. You could build around MJF for the next 10, 15 years. Yeah. The only thing is that he might hold you up for money, and he might, he might use me against you to get more money out of you. So, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm going over to Kevin's promotion, so you better pay me, pal."
Yeah.
But no, I'm taking. You actually, no, you know what? You should have told me that Cody was next on your board because I wasn't gonna take Cody. But now I gotta take Cody. I gotta take him now.
Oh. You've fallen into the trap. I love it. Carry on.
I gotta take Cody. I'm curious who you're gonna take now. You're gonna take someone. I know who you're gonna take. No, I'm gonna take Cody. I thought about it. I'm not gonna reveal who's next on my board, but you made a good point about the youth. So Cody Rhodes is significantly younger than who I had next. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cody. Cody is a top tier babyface. He could be a heel. he has that mainstream appeal. He's got his father's legacy. I mean, he's got it all going for him. He's a merch machine. He's a great ambassador. He's a great guy you can put on Good Morning America. Well, what he can wrestle. Like, what more do you want, pal?
That's fair. That's fair. No, I understand that. So yeah, you take Cody. That's fair. This next pick. Now you allude to someone who would probably be your next pick being far older. Now I've got a feeling I know who you're thinking there.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of a Chicago native? Well, I'm not taking him anyway because I don't want my company imploding behind the scenes. So my next pick, I'm taking a star of the future, a guy who's going to be a legitimate big time star. I'm taking the current Intercontinental Champion. I'm taking Gunther as my next pick.
Great
I think
pick.
this guy
Great
is
pick.
just phenomenal. This is my like week to week dominant heel, a cool, easy to dislike, but at the same time, he's must see heel. So I'm taking Gunther with my next pick.
And so that's what pick number 5 in total, and
That's
that's your
pick
third
5
pick.
overall in our fantasy elite heat draft.
So
pal.
your third overall pick is Gunther.
Sure is, pal.
And elaborate more on why you're taking Gunther so high, because I think a lot of people might think this is pretty high, but I think it's also
that's fair.
I think it's also fair. I had him in my top 10 for the record, so I had him number 9 on my board.
Interesting. Wow. Now I look at this guy. I don't see any or many weaknesses outside of really, obviously, promos is probably the one thing, but at the same time, I've drafted MJF, so that's going to be your compelling sort of big time promo act. Gunther for the next 10, maybe 15 years is going to be that dominant heel act. He's going to be the star of the show. Incredible matches, very believable. I think overall, how he's presented right now, that's a big time star for 5-10 years. So there we go.
Like it. So next up, for me, I'm taking. Wow, this is tough. This is really tough.
I know who you want to take. Take him.
I have 3 guys here in mind that I really want to take right now.
Take him.
And I don't know. I'm thinking. I want to take that Chicago native. I really do. But I don't want him to burn my company to the ground, pal.
Damn it.
That's the only thing. The only thing. All right, so this is what, number 6 overall?
This is the 6th pick in the elite heat draft.
All right, I'm gonna take Logan Paul. Taking Logan Paul at number 6. You talk about mainstream appeal. This is purely for the cheddar, pal. Purely all about the cheddar. Logan Paul is bringing more eyes to my product than even Brock and Roman. Logan Paul is the top name in combat sports right now. You put him in a boxing match, he's selling 1 million pay-per-views. You put him on a wrestling show, he's gonna draw ratings. And I think he would find a way to be compelling, regardless of who he's working with. I'd put him in there, try to put him in there with Brock. I put him in there with Cody. That's a great. I mean, talk about Cody versus Logan Paul, babyface Cody versus a heel Logan Paul. Like that's a match made in heaven. A pure babyface versus a pure heel that people love to hate.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than that. That's a marquee match, pal, anywhere in the world. And I know that's kind of people are thinking that's kind of high, but Logan Paul, he can go in the ring. It's not like he's bad in ring. We've seen him have good matches with Rollins, Reigns, Miz. And I don't need Logan Paul to be there very often.
Yeah, I get it. The money views. I like you. It's very clear from what you've gone. We can see this already from our 3 picks. Kevin's gone down the rabbit hole of money, quite a bit, and that's a good way to go about it. Logan Paul, my one gripe, I had him a bit lower on my board, is just like how little he's there. That's the only thing with Logan, that he's going to be there. He's going to miss like 3 straight months, and then he'll show up, each week for a month to build up a SummerSlam match. But nonetheless, I like the decision.
Hey, there's a possibility that if I have pockets as deep as Tony Khan, I could try to get him to a full-time deal. I can make him that offer.
Okay, we're not banking on that, pal. That's actually in the rules. We're not banking on trying to change what we're doing now.
I'm just saying I could offer him that, pal.
Okay, so Kevin's twisting the rules. Nice. Next pick for me. This is an interesting point in the draft because this is going to be pick 7. You're starting to look at the draft board and go, okay, this, in my opinion, this pick determines where you want to go with it. To me, my decision with this is, matching my first few picks. I'm going with the future of the company. I'm going with a big star for the next decade, and I'm going with Bianca Belair for this one. I'm thinking I want a female super. I want the female Cena with this one. I think there's not many flaws with picking Bianca. I know there's a couple of people you could go here. Like this is once again, you could draft like a CM Punk here, but I don't want like a 1-year run just for him to burn out and leave. I want someone who's going to be there for 10 years, great quality ambassador for my company, my show. Thank you, Bianca Belair.
I like it. I like it.
You had Bianca as your next pick, didn't you?
No, I did not. My next pick, I'm taking Seth Rollins as my next pick.
Okay.
Seth Rollins is going to be around. He's going to be around for at least another 10 years. If AJ Styles wrestled well into his 40s, Seth Rollins is going to wrestle well into his 40s, barring injury, anything like that. Seth Rollins right now is the best in-ring performer, I think, in the world. Personally, I think he's the best big-time performer. Just look what he did with Logan Paul. He has that mainstream appeal, too. You know, he's a big-time star. Obviously, he's not on the level of some of the top box office draws, but he's in a tier right below. He's a guy that people love, and I want him on top of my cards. Whether it's going to be in a championship match or a showcase match. We saw what Rollins and Cody did. I'm bringing that over to my promotion. I'm turning it up a notch, pal. So, yeah, gotta have Seth Rollins.
Okay, I like that. Well, you know what, Kevin? You have Seth Rollins. My next pick, I'm playing Kenny Omega. Okay,
good pick.
Because I look at my roster as I had it: Roman Reigns, MJF, Gunther. I think you put Kenny Omega in there. I mean, Omega MJF, Omega Gunther, Omega Roman. That's like a perfect like bell to bell guy. Like you got Seth Rollins, he's basically the WWE equivalent. He can have a phenomenal match with a broom. Omega's basically the same. So I'm taking Kenny next, just to do it all. Kind of great match guy, a respected wrestler by pretty much everyone for the most part. Like, then again, outside the Smart Busters and that community, but yeah, I think Omega's my next pick. So that's my 5th pick.
I love it. I'm staying in the theme with the Shield. I'm taking Jon Moxley.
Oh, you can take him.
Taking Jon Moxley. This is what? This is 9th. This is the 9th overall pick, or is this this is the 10th overall pick?
10th overall pick.
Yeah. So I had Moxley actually 6th on my board. I had him over Logan Paul, but I think I hot shot at the Logan Paul pick. But I still got both my guys anyway. So yeah. I got bro, Jon Moxley and Logan Paul in a match. That's a headline grabber right there. You're gonna have Logan Paul bleeding. He's gonna be pouring blood.
Yeah, well, they're gonna play with forks. Like, what are they gonna do in the match?
You're gonna have like girls screaming in the front row. No, Logan, no. Bro, that is a viral clip. You have Jon Moxley, like we're working in a way where it looks real, but it's gonna be like a worked like whatever, a chair shot to the head. You're gonna have a Logan Paul just gushing blood like he's Cena in 06. That, bro, you can't tell me that's not a viral moment. That's gonna be all over TikTok, all over Twitter, and Jon Moxley's gonna get me there. Jon Moxley, as in and of himself, is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He was voted by Dave Meltzer and his people at The Observer, voted the Wrestler of the Year in 2022. He's in his prime right now. He could be a good utility guy. He can open my cards. He can main event. He could be in the middle. He could be in a tag team match. Whatever I need him to do, he's going to do. So, yeah, there we go.
I like that. That's a good pick. I wouldn't have picked Moxley myself, personally. Like I say, I don't need someone who blades every second match who plays with forks. I don't need that, pal. I'm keeping my promotion of quality, classy, rather than Kenny Omega's had a match with a blow-up.
You're discrediting Jon Moxley, pal, because he likes to bleed.
And pal, I get you say, I'm sticking on a Shield flavor. I've literally got their best member. So what do you want about?
Hey, I got 2/3, pal. I own the Shield.
Yeah, you got the worst 2/3. I got the objectively great 1/3 of the Shield. Anyway,
under my leadership and my guidance, Seth Rollins will be a bigger star than Roman Reigns in your promotion, pal.
Oh wow.
Seth Rollins will be there full time. You're gonna have Roman Reigns what? You're gonna have Roman Reigns 12 times a year?
Oh, okay.
Right, 12 times a year.
This is the guy who drives Logan Paul's 6th. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have the money to offer him a full-time contract, pal. Are you gonna have the money to offer Reigns a full-time contract?
You're implying I'm Impact Wrestling and I have nothing. Like, what is this?
You are Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
Pal, you're
Okay, sure,
working
pal.
gates in Australia. I got America on my side, pal. I'm running the country in here in America, bro.
Okay. Take a moment. Now, my next pick, I'm going for someone who is I'm going for a name. Okay. This is someone, I've got some really good, like, young talent here. MJF, Gunther, Belair. I'm going for someone who's going to have an amazing program with pretty much all of them. I'm going to draft Randy Orton with my
Wow.
next pick.
Wow.
Randy Orton, once again, I've got a couple of young guys. Randy Orton versus MJF. I think Randy Orton and Gunther can tell a decent story. Orton and Reigns with this version of Reigns. Orton Omega.
Wow.
Orton slides right in here. Plus, everyone knows Randy Orton. The ICO out of nowhere. You've got some good, like, kind of householdy names with yours, mainly Brock and Logan Paul in that regard. I'm taking Orton. I think Orton and Reigns. That's a nice 1-2 punch.
He's washed up, pal. He's been on the shelf.
Okay.
He's
Okay, pal. Logan Paul, your big number 6 pick, doesn't even show up.
Pal, I'm running shows in New York City, pal. Where are you running shows?
Pal, you're running shows with a GCW fork wrestler, John Moxley.
No, I'm running shows at MSG, pal. And you know what? MSG's gonna be okay with it. They're gonna want John Moxley to do that, pal.
Oh, hit me with your next pick, pal. Hit me with it.
Oh man. Okay. I think it's time now. I think it's time to do this. It's time to no. I'm not gonna do it. I'm taking Dominic.
You're not taking. I'm taking. You mean Phil Brooks. You mean Phil Brooks.
I'm taking Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is my. Is this what, pick 12? This is pick 12, right?
Oh, I've done 6, so this is your 6th. Yeah, so 12.
So I'm taking Dominic Mysterio 12th, pretty high. I'm banking on Dominic Mysterio's going to be able to have a great feud and great program outside of working with his father. You know, so I'm banking on that heavily. But I think under my leadership, I could get Dominic Mysterio to be a big star, pal. And yeah, I mean, he showed just greatness, non-stop greatness for the past like 6 months in this storyline with his papa, Rey Mysterio. He's been a great pairing with his dominatrix Mami. So yeah, that's big time. Dominic's gonna be big. He's gonna be a focal point of my show, pal.
Yep. No, I like that. I had Dominic. Yeah, I was gonna take Dominic pretty soon as myself. So I'm not a fan of that. Okay, who to go with here? I can go 2 different avenues. You're banking a bit on the future. I'm going to bet a lot on the future here. My next pick, I'm going with someone who many people have predicted to be the next Roman Reigns level star in WWE. I'm taking Bron Breakker here. This one, I know.
This is like the Knicks taking Porzingis, bro.
Oh, come on. Oh, would you stop it? I'm not taking a 7'3" Latvian with 1 ACL. No. Now, I think on this show, someone like MJF, Randy Orton, these guys have the mic ability and the ability just generally to really help this guy. Roman Reigns is on this show, so you can tell that story, Kevin. One thing I will ask you, I'll just go backtrack to this Dominic Mysterio pick. Who's Dom going to work with on this show? Because he's worked with Rollins. Is we going Dom versus Moxley, I guess, for you? Dom versus Brock?
Cody?
That's the one. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I'm just want to inquire where you're going with that. So I'm taking Bron Breakker with my 7th pick.
Can I say this? I had 32 people written down for my draft board. Bron Breakker is not one of those 32.
Wow. Do you want your company to succeed? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I just think there's better NXT talent that you could take, which I am going to take right now. I'm taking Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
Carmelo Hayes. I had him in my top 15. So I'm taking him. I just think he's got the total package. I like him, prefer him better over Bron Breakker. I think, for one, Melo Hayes is a better in-ring performer. I think he has more natural charisma, more presence than Bron Breakker does. Bron Breakker has the look that WWE likes, but I'm not sure if there's much there aside from Bron Breakker. I think he might be a one-dimensional performer. He's very good in that angry, brawling role. But I do think Melo Hayes, I think he could be a potentially good babyface. You know, we've seen him as this like arrogant, likable heel. But I think he could be a good babyface down the line too. So I'm going to take him with that number 14. So yeah, so that's another, that put Melo and Dominic top of the card, pal. Melo, Dominic, I'm selling out shows from LA to Miami, back to Chicago. You know, I'm going crazy with those two on top.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, that being, I do like that pick. I do, and that was on my board as well. This said, this is the thing. I've got my next two are like ones I want. I really want to get both of them. So if you take one of these, I'm going to be frustrated. For starters, I'm going to take with my next pick. I'm going to take Drew McIntyre.
I had him next.
Oh, thank God!
Yeah,
Yes,
I had him very high. I had him over Dominic, but I wanted to take the future.
No, I think he's an established star. He's a really respected, big time act who can have great feuds with a number of the guys on here, and he really fits right in. I mean, Drew and Gunther alone, like that just fits. Drew versus Braun Breaker, Drew versus I wouldn't want to do Drew and Roman again. Drew MJF would be fun. There's a lot of kind of potential. Drew Omega, like there's a bunch of stuff to do with Drew here. So I'm taking Drew McIntyre with my next pick, and yeah, there you go.
There it is, pal. I'm taking this person to pair with Dominic with my next pick. I'm taking Mami.
No,
Mami.
I had them both. I was like, how do I get both of them? And you have to take Kevin.
Yeah, I actually had her in my top 12 of my big board.
Oh, so, God.
Yeah, I had her in my top 12. Rhea Ripley's coming.
Wow.
She's paired with Dominic. And I'm turning them up to the next level. I'm letting them go crazy creatively, pal. They're going to be going to Cody Rhodes' house, while Cody Rhodes is sleeping. They're going to be, like, throwing stones at his window. Cody Rhodes is going to come out, pal, and, who knows what's going to happen. They're just going to be beating up Cody in his front lawn. They've been making fun of Cody's baby. We're going to get tons of good stuff with Dominic and Rhea. I'm glad I was able to secure both of them. And Rhea's going to be the captain, the anchor of my women's division. What more could you want? You got Bianca Belair as your anchor. I got Rhea Ripley. Yeah. I think we're both pretty well set off in that way.
Okay. There's two avenues I can go here. I'm going to do it. Now, Kevin, the man who you're wearing the shirt of, we're now at what is this pick? 18, 17?
This is your 19th pick. Or this is the 19th pick. This is your 9th pick.
I thought he'd go well. Yeah, so I'm taking him now. I didn't want this as like a lottery pick, but I'm going to take him now. I'm taking CM Punk. I think looking at my roster, Roman Reigns, MJF, Randy Orton, Omega, Drew, like CM Punk is just a perfect wrestler for all those feuds. That is a money move. Now, granted, I don't like the behind the scenes potential issues, but then again, I've got, for the most part, a pretty chill backstage group. Reigns is a chill dude. MJF, I haven't got too many flaky personalities backstage. Granted, I've got Omega, but yeah, I think I'll take CM Punk here with my next pick. It's too low to not take him now.
Yeah, my at the end of the day, my star power picks, it came down to Logan Paul and Punk, and I took Logan Paul over Punk.
That's amazing. I love that.
I just don't want Punk to ruin my company. I actually had him third on my board, though. I was thinking, like, if you want Punk, if you want somebody to build a company around, like, tomorrow, you want Punk at the very top of the list. That was my approach with it, but just thinking it through, like, nah. But I'm taking Okada. Okada here. Okada is going to appeal to the hardcore fan base, the international fan base, and he could work with just about anybody you put him in the ring with. He's going to have 4.5, 5, 6, 7-star classic matches with anybody I put him in there with. Brock Lesnar versus Okada, that's a big-time match. Like, that's a main event anywhere in the world. It's a main event in WWE, New Japan, AEW. Bring ECW back. It's a main event in ECW. Give Okada and Brock Lesnar to Eric Bischoff in the mid-90s in WCW. That's a main event that they should do at a pay-per-view, but they'll do it on a Nitro to pop a rating. It's a big deal, pal. Okada's coming over, and Okada's gonna be one of my cornerstones.
I like it.
So we both have 9 picks. So are we calling it after this one here? Or are you having too much fun?
This is good. I think we can go about maybe because we've each done 9. I think we can do 6 more picks each. I think because I think there's still like a decent amount of talent available.
15. So we each get 15.
15 each. So we can really build it's like a solid foundation. You can see what the kind of company would look like. So I think after 15, then it becomes really like you're picking sort of
wishy-washy.
Yeah. But I think at the moment there's still I'm looking at my board. There's still talent who's like really good.
Absolutely.
So that said, with my next pick, I'm taking Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks. I think now, especially, she's dropped this low on the board. I've got Bianca Belair. I think Mercedes Moné is a perfect kind of foil act for Belair. They've had a great match at 37, which you're in the building for. And I just think, yeah, that's a perfect wrestler to take in this spot.
There it is. Well, I'm taking the Usos.
Okay.
They're going to be the captains of my tag team division, and I'm taking them away from Roman Reigns. They're going to have their own identity. They're going to be their own people.
Wow.
They're not going to be with the Bloodline. And they're not going to talk about the Bloodline every single week either on my show. Like how AEW would if the Usos had AEW. That's the first thing they would do is talk about Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon for 20 minutes. No. The Usos, they're going to be the captains of my tag team division. I think they're the best tag team in the world, bar none. I don't even think it's close. And a lot of people like FTR, they like the Young Bucks more. The Usos clear them.
Yeah.
Leave them in the dust, bro. So, yeah. I don't think I have to justify this one too much.
I don't mind that. I'm looking at the board here. There's a couple of avenues I can go. But what I'm going to do now, you've already started to see the direction where I'm going once I do this pick. My next pick, I'm taking Jade Cargill. This pick, I've got Bianca Belair. I've got Sasha Banks. Jade Cargill now. I think that's a really strong foundation for a top tier women's division. I feel like generally with women's wrestling, it hasn't really been a truly great women's division, really. And I think I have the potential to build one with this. So I'm taking Jade Cargill as my next pick.
There you go. I'm going to stay on the theme of tag teams, taking the Young Bucks. Also taking them away from Kenny Omega. So,
right. I wouldn't have them with him anyway. Anyway, go on.
The sole reason why I'm taking them is to do Young Bucks versus Usos. I'm doing a best of 7 series. We're gonna do a different match every time. A regular tag team match, tornado tag, ladder match, whatever. And the end of that best of 7 series is gonna be the winner of my tag team championships. And that's it. We're gonna see who the absolute best is right then and there.
Not bad. It's not bad.
That's big money, pal. That's big money. You got Brock versus Cody as the number 1 match.
Yep.
You got Rollins versus Logan Paul right after that. Dominic Mysterio versus John Moxley. And then you got, you got the Young Bucks and the Usos in a tag team best of 7 series.
So who's Rhea Ripley facing?
We'll get there. You'll get there.
We'll get there.
Okay. Don't you worry, pal. Don't you worry. Are you taking more? I had Jade Cargill on my board. I didn't have Sasha Banks on my board, though.
That's interesting to me. Yeah. It is right? Objectively interesting. My next pick here. This is the thing. Yeah, okay. I'll go there. So my next pick, I'm picking someone, and I'm now identified this is a strength of my show, this women's division. I'm going to go one more with this. I'm going to take someone, it's an AEW wrestler. Now, some think I should take Charlotte. I don't care for Charlotte Flair. No, thank you. I'm not interested. I don't care for Bayley in this case. I'm taking Becky Lynch. Okay. Well, never mind. I said I was going to take Britt Baker, but I pivoted. I'm taking Becky Lynch.
Yeah, AEW wrestler. Damn. I had Becky on my
Yeah.
Okay.
I was literally going to take Britt Baker. And I was like, surely there's someone better than Britt Baker. I'm like, yeah, Becky Lynch. So I think that now complements your Belair, Sasha Banks, Jade Cargill, and Becky Lynch. That is a rock solid foundation of women's division, pal. Your women's division is literally Rhea Ripley. That's all you've got.
That's okay.
So, Kevin, do you not like women? Do you hate women? Bro?
Hey, whoa.
Kevin, you got grown Samoan men and grown men from Rancho Cucamonga slap kicking each other, but no women on your show. Besides Rhea. What is this, pal?
Oh no! Don't pressure me to take it a woman now, pal. Becky Lynch was actually going to be my next pick, honestly. You took her from me. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tag team champions. The undisputed tag team champions of WWE. Taking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, pal.
Okay.
Cool. Tag team division is going to be, I got the best tag team division in wrestling, bar none, right now.
Okay. Yep.
I got the Usos. I got the Bucks. I got Kevin Owens and Sami. Okay. Forget it, bro. It's over. It's over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your promotion's done, pal.
Okay. Interesting. So look, at this point in the draft, with how many picks we've got left, I'll concede the tag team thing. You've taken Usos, you've taken Young Bucks, you've taken Owens. if I waste my last picks on tag teams just to try and say that's not really going to work, so I'm just going to like double down on what I have got. I've got some exceptional mic talents on my show. I've got MJF. I've got CM Punk. Reigns is pretty damn good on the mic himself. I mean, Drew can be okay. I like what I've got. I'm going to take, in my opinion, one of the absolute best mic workers. I'm taking LA Knight with my next pick. I think this guy, imagine an LA Knight MJF or LA Knight CM Punk mic off and a potential storyline making. I think that's
I like it. I like it.
I like that.
I like that a lot. I'm going to take Ronda Rousey. My next pick. Yeah.
What? Explain. Please elaborate. Please elaborate.
It's Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey.
She's washed.
It's a splash.
Splash of what? A splash of overrated?
It's a splash, pal. I don't know. I know there's a lot of turbulence that comes with Ronda Rousey, but when when she's on, when Ronda Rousey is on, she is an absolute. She's not a game changer. That's not the word, but she's a force at the women's division. She's good foil. She's a good foil for a first feud with Rhea Ripley. Hey, I just got to get one good program out of her. And I could sell a pay-per-view off that. I could sell a pay-per-view off Rhea Ripley versus Ronda Rousey. That's it.
That is awful.
I could do it. You know, I don't need her to be around that often. Yeah, when she is around, she's gonna be there. She's gonna do good stuff for me. So yeah, taking Ronda Rousey, pal.
Wow. Well, that's just awful. Okay. Now, moving on from that, I'm sorry you had to hear that, Elite Heat listeners.
Ronda Rousey's a great pick. She's a great pick.
She just is not. That's just, I can't believe you picked. I cannot believe you did that.
I had her on the
nonetheless, pal, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. There's a couple of different ways you can go with this. I'm kind of caught between a couple of different things to do here. I know I said I wouldn't go for. I'm on the clock here. I've got to pick. I've got to make a pick. I'm going to go with someone. I'm doubling in with entertainment. I'm doubling down with promos, mic work, the future. I'm going Grayson Waller. He's Australian. I like the thought of him, once again, promo offs, LA Knight, MJF, CM Punk, Roman potentially, Drew. I think that's a really good kind of upper mid-card sort of guy. So taking Grayson Waller. I like what I see there. He's Australian. So there you go.
Taking Hangman Page for my last pick.
Okay.
Hangman Page.
Last pick, we want one more off that.
You tell me.
I've done 14 picks.
Oh.
So you've done 4. So we'll do one more.
One more. This. Okay. Yeah, so I got Hangman Page. Hangman Page is going to be at that upper mid-card. You know, he's going to be the guy that's like, lives on that upper mid-card scene, bro. He's going to just command that division along with, you know, guys like Rollins, Dominic, Okada, guys like that. Hangman, he could prove to be a great performer. He could be a great main eventer when needed. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that works. I respect that. You mentioned great upper mid-card talent, but all that. I can't believe you didn't that. I'm picking Bryan Danielson here, my last pick. I think this guy can just do it all with all the male wrestlers on this card I've listed. I think Bryan Danielson, Cal. I mean, we saw the match MJF. We've seen him wrestle Reigns. I think Danielson Omega would be a hit once again. Danielson Punk, Danielson Drew. There's a lot of scope there. So that's my final pick. I'm going Bryan Danielson. Before you go for your last pick, pal, I just want to say I'm very happy with what I've got for my draft. But that said, over to you, pal. Who's your final pick?
All right, so my last pick, I'm contemplating here. I'm contemplating between taking another tag team. I don't know if I should take another tag team or if I should take a legend. I don't know. I'm thinking.
Well, you picked Ronda Rousey, so you waved the white flag of defeat with that. But anyway,
Ronda Rousey is a great pick. Ronda Rousey is Ronda Rousey's gonna be great at working as like the main attraction from a women's division. It's when she's asked to be in the mid card is when things go south, pal. You know, so or when she's asked to job to Liv Morgan. I'm not asking her to job to Liv Morgan. I'm not asking her to be
Liv Morgan. Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm not.
For pick 15.
No, I'm not taking Liv Morgan. I'm not asking her to do any of that. I'm taking Charlotte Flair. Going with the legend. Gotta take a legend here. Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley just had a 5-star match in a lot of people's minds at WrestleMania 39. Why not put that on as a big program? You know, we'll do Ronda versus Rhea, first big program. Then bring Charlotte in right after that. Charlotte can face the winner, and then eventually we'll get to Charlotte and Rhea if you know, assuming that Ronda goes over. But by the time Ronda flames out, I'll have Charlotte and Rhea Ripley to carry my women's division.
I have a bunch of matches. Okay.
And also to be fair, you took all the other women's stars. Like who else am I gonna take? Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan. Like Britt Baker. Like Thunder Rosa. Like who else am I gonna take? Hey, you took Jade Cargill. I wanted Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Well, pal, you go 1-on-1 with Jimmy and in these drafts, and you're gonna it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna make it difficult for you, and I must give you credit. The roster you've got here, which actually what we'll do, I'll read out what I've got. You can read yours out, and then we can I guess compare or just have final thoughts here.
Can we make a bonus pick real quick? Because I really want to pick somebody else.
A bonus pick?
Yeah.
Oh wow, sure. You have the bonus pick first. Who do you want?
Montez Ford. Taking him as a solo star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Montez Ford as a solo star. I want Montez Ford. WWE's not using him properly. In my company, he's going to be a top star. So, yeah. Montez Ford will be flying around the ring, putting on great matches with everybody. Just great in-ring performances. Him and Seth Rollins, come on. Forget it. That's a showcase match. Montez Ford versus Okada? What? Bro, talk about young building blocks. Dominic Mysterio.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, him, Dominic Mysterio, Carmelo Hayes, Hangman Page, Rhea Ripley. I'm set up for the future.
Okay, good. Because I mean, you won't set up for the future with a couple of your picks, pal. But nah, at the start, I was worried, Kevin. I was like, what kind of direction is he going?
Cody Rhodes is my second pick. Cody Rhodes gonna be around till he's 50.
I know, but I mean, he's hardly 25, you know. But nonetheless, pal, my last pick for my add-on pick. See, now if I wanted to go to the future, someone like Theory would be, but Theory just isn't that good, so I'm not taking Theory. Because I was thinking I wanted to take the Street Profits as my last pick, but the fact that I've literally no other tag teams this late in the draft, I just conceded that. So I just didn't even bother with Montez, that frustrates me a little bit. I'm going for someone who, I guess, just kind of overall big time. We saw this at WrestleMania. I just want a big kind of. I'm taking Omos. I like Omos as an extra pick. I don't mind that. I think there's people to work with on this roster I've got, so I think it'll be fine. There you go.
Nice. So you can have first pick of your commentators.
First pick. Oh, Michael Cole.
Figures.
Give me Michael Cole. That's. Okay, come on. I'm just conceded Cole.
I'm taking Taz. Taz gonna carry my commentary.
And so we're not allowed to take Pat McAfee, just to clarify.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. This is wrestling commentators are few and far between nowadays. This is the thing.
Yeah, I think we got the two best, Cole and Taz.
Cole and Taz. Yeah. Beyond this,
there's nobody.
I think we can admit neither of us are taking Corey Graves here.
Nope. No way. No way.
I'm gonna take, just because of personal enjoyment, I'm gonna take JBL as my foil. I can imagine JBL shouting like MJF's coming out, and JBL's like, "I love MJF, Michael. He's the best in the company, Michael."
Oh,
Randy Orton, you can build a WWE superstar from the ground up. Oh yeah, I think that works.
That's great. I'm taking Kevin Kelly as my my play-by-play guy. A long-time play-by-play guy for New Japan and Ring of Honor. I think he does Ring of Honor too. Yeah, he's a great guy, a great play-by-play guy. He's better than Kevin Patrick. Is that his name? Kevin Patrick on Raw? Yeah, he's better than that guy. I'd rather have him over Vic Joseph. Kevin Kelly's called some all-time great matches. The Omega Okada matches. Jericho's debut in New Japan. Kevin Kelly's a big match guy. So yeah, I think him and Taz, I think that's more than a credible commentary team.
Yep. No, 100% agree. And so I think just real quick, I'll read out who I've got. You can read out who you've got, and we can give our final thoughts, and we'll wrap this up. So for me, just to recap, Roman Reigns, we got MJF, so the champions of both the current companies. We got Gunther. We got Bianca Belair as sort of the female star, like the big one. Kenny Omega, Randy Orton, Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, however you want to call her, Jade Cargill, Becky Lynch, LA Knight, Grayson Waller, Bryan Danielson, and my add-on pick is Omos. So, and then we got Cole and JBL on the call. That's my show, Kevin. Who have you got? Recap for us.
All right, so I have Brock Lesnar as my number one pick.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes, Jon Moxley, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Okada, Carmelo Hayes, the Usos, the Young Bucks, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, really bolstered up the tag team division.
Yeah.
Hangman Page, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Montez Ford as my additional pick. And then got Taz and Kevin Kelly on the call.
Kevin, one thing I will say with yours, like my analysis, where you've really done well there is that tag team division, because I think, it was like going fine. Like it wasn't like there weren't any bad picks, obviously. It was going all good for you. And then you pick Usos, Young Bucks, Owens, and Zayn, and then even Hangman Page on top of that from like a tag team division. That's gonna be the clear strong point of your show. That's gonna be the main thing for your company, which is a big one. For me, I went down the women's division rabbit hole, and given the format we're doing, it's really hard to do both. You kind of saved your women's division a bit with like the Charlotte Flair pick at the very end. I thought this guy's can see he's waved the white flag with the women's division, but I mean, yeah, Charlotte gives you some options. But as you said, I took all like the really compelling, interesting female talent basically outside Rhea Ripley. So there you go, pal. Yeah, that's my thoughts on yours. I like the star power you've got. I like the Brock Lesnar pick. I like the Cody pick. I think Logan Paul, I think you took him too high in hindsight, but I like the pick generally. And yeah, Carmelo Hayes and Dominic Mysterio, I wish I had them. That's the big one. Both of those picks frustrated me. So the Rhea Ripley one, that really frustrated me. But yeah, no, good stuff, pal. You've done pretty well here.
I still got all my guys. I got Logan Paul. I took him over Rollins and Moxley, and I still got those guys. So
yeah,
there you go. Love to see it.
Mind games. That's how I got all my guys as well. I own, well, actually, outside of Rhea Ripley, but I owned you, pal. Of course.
So this is one for the clips. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Roman Reigns the undisputed number one pick in a wrestling draft right now?
Well, what are you looking for? Just the all-round package guy to start your or lead your company? Is that what we're looking for a number one pick, I assume?
Yeah, however you define it. Is Roman Reigns from all angles? Is he the number one pick every way you look at it?
Right now, if you want the next 1 to 3 years, yes. If you're looking for a next 10 years, next 15 years, no, because he'll be in Hollywood within a few years. But for the moment, he's clearly just the best, and he's the hardest to go by. Like you look at everyone, you put all of wrestling nowadays in a vacuum, and you go, I want Roman first. Because I mean, who do you realistically say I want over Roman right now? That's the thing. So yeah, Kevin, what are your thoughts? Where do you stand on this?
I had Brock and Punk at 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had MJF at 4. I think it was MJF. Then Moxley at 5, I believe.
Yeah.
Correctly now. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at those 4 guys. Yeah. Moxley, MJF, Brock, Cody. Am I taking any of those guys over Roman? Like, can you make a case for any of them? I think Cody is really like... I think Cody is the most intriguing one.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Cody and MJF, I think you can make actual cases for. From the perspective of Cody, will be like the next star face the next 5-10 years. And MJF could be the next star generally for the next 15 years. That's really your case. Yeah. And Reigns will not be around that long at all. That's really the only case there.
Yeah, because, but you're going to take... You mentioned... You don't want MJF... I'm just going to say, do you want MJF to be like your number one guy? Because if you take an MJF over Roman, then you could lose out on somebody. You could lose out on somebody that's even... Just like you might be taking him too high.
Mm-hmm.
Then Punk, like, take Punk. Punk is
No,
not
you're not taking Phil
reliable.
Brooks. You're not. This is why we took Punk. What pick was this? Was my what? 1, 2.
I almost took him like 3 times, and I took somebody else. It's just because of how unreliable he is.
I took Punk with my 9th pick. So that was what the 17th, 18th overall pick.
Yeah.
And that's not to slight Punk from what he gives you on the screen, but there's a lot with this guy. His age, his behind the scenes irritability. He just gets annoyed over stuff, puts stuff on Instagram, unprofessionalism, very snappy, holds grudges. It's a lot of that stuff, which is why Phil's tanked. From you put him what 3, 4-ish on your like initial board, and you didn't end up taking him. I took him 9th. I had him on my do not draft board, but then I was looking at the draft, how it was playing out. I'm like, we haven't taken Punk yet. I'll take him. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, Punk is going to give you probably the same ratings, same buy rate, same everything that Roman's going to give you, just about the same star power. But he's not going to give you consistency. He's not going to give you stability. I mean, how often do you hear about Roman Reigns having problems with people backstage?
Yeah.
Never, you know? So that's the thing with Punk. I think like I'm just talking from a talent perspective. Punk's in the top 5 right now. You know, overall everything, the total package. He's a top 5 guy. It's everything else that comes with him. And then with Brock Lesnar, I think really for me with Brock Lesnar, it's just the fact that he's older. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
You know, like that's all it is. That's the one thing. Roman is like still in the prime of his life. You know, he's still like he's not even 40 yet. But yeah, I think Roman is.
Brock's been around 21 years. He literally debuted 21 years ago. So that's pretty nuts. So
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go, pal. That's been our Elite Heat fantasy draft. I thought this turned out quite well. That was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to it. Comment or let us know just generally who you thought had a better draft, which show you prefer. Would you prefer Jimmy's WWE or just Jimmy's promotion, Kevin's promotion? Do you think Kevin took a huge L with some of his picks? Did I take a huge L with some of the picks I did? Do you think I'm smoking the good stuff and why I'm picking people? Like, let us know. So,
and I'll ask this question to the viewers: who's the worst pick, Ronda Rousey or Braun Breaker?
Ronda Rousey, easily. What is the overall the net gain of the Ronda Rousey pick? What's Ronda Rousey going to do for you?
What is it net gain? What is it net gain on Braun Breaker? Nobody knows who Braun Breaker is. You're just going to put him out there and be like, "Hey, this is Scott Steiner's nephew. Here you go."
What's the net gain? Dude's like 23, and he's like the brightest prospect in wrestling. Sorry, what?
Carmelo Hayes is a better prospect.
Okay.
This is another one for the clips, pal.
We're having a whole show on this.
Carmelo Hayes is the clear, by far and away better prospect.
Breaker like he's some bum.
Ronda Rousey is selling merchandise for me. Braun Breaker is barking like a dog for you, pal.
Sorry, am I in the? Is it 2018 or 2023? When are we recording this? What are you on about? Did you not watch? Have you not seen last year with Ronda Rousey? What are you saying?
I believe in her. I believe in the upside. Okay, it's a clear upside, pal. Clear upside pick.
She genuinely doesn't enjoy wrestling. She hates wrestling, as she said literally on stream. She's done streams and she hates this business.
What? Think about this. Imagine this CNN moment right here. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair having a one-on-one match at the top of my card, right underneath Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, main eventing for my championship.
Women. Yeah, go on.
Picture this: Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair has has Rhea Ripley in the figure 8, right? Following me? Okay.
Yep, I'm following.
Rhea Ripley's about to tap out. She's reaching down to the all her beloved fan base in Australia, trying to get that next level, to get that babyface comeback. You know, Dominic's out there, mommy. All of a sudden, Ronda Rousey comes in through the crowd, shoot elbow strikes, puts Charlotte Flair in an armbar, legitimately breaks her arm. Bro, I got mainstream appeal, bro.
Kevin,
I got mainstream appeal.
As some of our fellow podcasters would say in the wrestling community, that's tabloid garbage. That's just seeing that's Vince McMahon tabloid garbage.
Bro, I got the headlines, bro. Ronda Rousey breaks wrestler's arm. CNN's talking about me. Fox News is talking about me. What are they doing with Braun Breaker, bro? What they're gonna be like? Yo, who is Braun Breaker? All right, let me stop.
You're literally saying Ronda Rousey in 2023 is a better pick than Braun Breaker. This is just I've won this draft. when you're Kevin, like I get it, the tabloid TMZ garbage. I get it. Charlotte Flair, her arm gets snapped by Ronda. Cool. And
Bro, Ronda Rousey broke Ric Flair's daughter's arm. Like, everybody's gonna be watching my show after the following show after the pay-per-view. Everybody's gonna be watching my show to see what's next.
what?
Bro, I'm gonna come out there like Tony Khan, coked up in a suit, yelling. I'm gonna be like, yo, Ronda Rousey's suspended. Ronda Rousey's gonna come out, beat me up, bro. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Pal, I've literally got, on the same show, I can have Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks have a generational match, Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill, these like incredible women's matches, the best women's like quality of content we're seeing in decades. And Kevin over here is running with, oh, Ronda Rousey, a washed UFC fighter who was good 8 years ago, snapped Charlotte Flair, someone who no one cares about, snapped her arm. TMZ tabloid trash.
People
pal.
clearly care about Charlotte Flair. They think she had what the best match of WrestleMania weekend. You saw the feedback. You heard the reviews. You saw what people were saying about how good Charlotte was.
3 stars. You said it was a 3-star match in our review. Take the footage. Look at the footage.
Yeah, but the public likes it, pal. I don't have to agree with the public. I'm giving the public what they want. The public wants Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, pal.
Okay, well they're gonna get it about 15 times with the women you've drafted.
Hey, if we extended this draft by 10 more picks, I could build a better women's division than you.
Oh, so you're now begging for more picks, are you? So
you're
conceding defeat.
I'm not begging for more picks. I'm saying I would build a better women's division than you. If we had 5 more picks, I'll build a better women's division than yours.
You just simply would not. If we had 5 more picks, I'd build a better tag team division. Like, no, I wouldn't. Same thing with the women's division. You wouldn't.
My women's division would be way better. What do you mean?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my gosh. Oh, pal, who would you add? Actually, sorry, let's do this activity. You have 5 more women's picks. So you've got Rhea Ripley as like the main big pick. You've got Ronda Rousey, the TMZ tabloid garbage.
Yep.
And then you've got Charlotte Flair, who no one's interested in anymore. Who would you pick? So you got 5 more women's picks.
Bailey.
With it. Who'd you pick?
Bailey. Britt Baker.
Okay.
Thunder Rosa.
And
then I think I'm taking Liv Morgan.
You can't even think of more than 3.
I think I'm taking Liv Morgan. No, it's between a few people. I don't know if I want to take Raquel Gonzalez.
Her gimmick is that she has a back.
You know, I don't think I would take her.
Her gimmick is that she does the lat spread. Kevin, are you kidding me?
I don't know if I want to take Trish or Lita. You know, I don't know if I want to take Io Sky. Oh, I'm taking Asuka. Asuka, baby. I'm taking Asuka. That women's division is a hell of a lot better than yours. You kidding me?
I'll give you 5 extra picks, Kevin. This is just...
Yeah. As I said it, bro. I could build a better one than yours, and I did.
Wow. I gave Kevin those 5 extra picks out of pity for his women's division. I can't believe what I'm hearing. We're going to get Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair 100 times, and they're going to do shoot TMZ angles where Ronda Rousey jumps a barricade and breaks an arm.
We're going to have Fox News. Let's flip the activity to you, pal. You can take 5 tag teams. I
can take 5 tag teams.
Try
to
build a better tag team division than mine.
FTR is the first one. I'm taking them.
You can't take the Profits. Can't take the Profits. Remember that. I got Ford.
This was the thing. I was going to take the Street Profits during the draft.
Yeah.
Then it got taken.
Who you taking, pal? Exactly. My point being is that the women's roster is deeper than the tag team roster. I'm surprised that you're not even thinking of one of the best tag teams in the world, pal.
Who's the tag team I'm thinking of, pal?
I can't give it to you. You gotta figure it out.
Pal, I'm not gonna sit here trying to and ah about tag team. Who is it, pal?
The Acclaimed.
This is the thing, right? Kevin, as I said during the draft, I can see the tag team division. All right. Once you took the Usos and the Young Bucks, I'm like, I'm not clawing this back no matter who I take.
There you go. That point taken. You overdrafted the women. I could get a better women's division drafting later on. I went all in for the tag team division.
You picked Ronda Rousey as though it was like, guys, I'm taking Ronda.
Yeah.
And I'm still baffled by that. You took Ronda Rousey with such pride.
Who else was I gonna take over her?
From a women's perspective or just a general anyone
Women.
perspective?
From women.
I mean, you named about 4 of them who I'd take over Ronda Rousey.
You take who? Do you take Liv Morgan? You take Britt Baker over Ronda Rousey?
Bayley, Asuka, Britt Baker, Liv Morgan.
Asuka, Asuka. I probably should have taken Asuka over Ronda Rousey. In hindsight,
Exactly.
I would have done that.
Exactly.
But still, I like the upside of Ronda, so I'm happy.
Kevin, you're just admitting you don't know how to draft. That's what I'm
happy with
hearing.
it. Hey, I made one bad pick, pal.
One bad. That was
Bro, you made like
a
3
draft
bad. You
ruining pick.
made like 3 bad picks.
List them. Which ones?
All of them. Bro, Ronda Rousey did not ruin my draft. Are you kidding me? She's still gonna give me eyeballs. She still has fans.
Oh my god, this is Vince
Come on.
McMahon garbage. It can get me eyeballs, sure. Ronda
Come on.
Rousey get you heaps of eyeballs, pal.
Yeah, she's gonna have great work shoot matches, and then she's gonna call fans marks on Twitch streams. Like,
you don't even want to say that yourself. You don't even believe what you're saying.
It's the upside, pal. We get 2015 Ronda Rousey, I'm chilling, bro. Chilling.
But we're not getting 2015 Ronda Rousey. She's a
Hey.
mother with like 2 kids who hates wrestling, and she's washed. Anyway,
Pal, you took Braun Breaker like your 10th overall pick.
Yeah, because he's going to be the star of the future for like 10 years. Like, what are you on about? Are you kidding me?
And you took Randy Orton. You took Randy Orton too high.
Well, we're taking wrestlers with mainstream appeal and a name, and just because they have a name, you took Randy Orton. You took Ronda Rousey. It says you.
Randy Orton's been on the shelf. You're going to take Randy Orton and you put him in the hospital bed? He's not even going to wrestle for you?
Randy Orton's having better matches on the shelf than Ronda is week to week on the show.
Bro, what was the last great match Randy Orton had? What, 2020?
Are you ignoring everything he's done in the 2020s?
2020 with
Are
Edge?
you ignoring the Edge feud?
2020 with Edge?
Stuff with Riddle?
So 3 years. He had a great match with Riddle? When was his great match with Riddle?
The tag matches he's had with Riddle.
They've been great.
Are you kidding me?
They've been great matches.
Kevin, are you saying Randy Orton sucks? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you took Randy Orton too high.
No, I did not.
Way
I'd
too
not
high.
take Randy Orton too high.
Way
Kevin,
too
with
high.
my draft board, Randy Orton was perfect to take in that position.
Way too high. You could have taken Edge if you wanted like a Hall of Famer.
A guy who's going to be retired within 3 months. Just what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You're trying, Kevin.
You
just
can
told
have
me right
Edge's
there.
last match on your promotion. But you didn't.
And then what? I'm trying to run a promotion for 10, 15 years. And you want me to take Edge with one of my top picks? Kevin, that was one of your all-time bad takes. I can't believe you just said that.
What?
I should have taken Edge?
How long do you think Randy Orton's going to be around? What if he wants to retire tomorrow?
Like 5 years? Like Randy Orton says he's going to wrestle until he's like 50.
Well, what if he retires?
Yeah, and what if I'm a unicorn and can fly to the moon? That's not how it works. Kevin, we operate in facts, not feelings, okay? Come on now.
All right, pal.
Yeah.
I think we should close it there.
Yeah, we'll close it there. Kevin's conceding defeat. This has been a late hate.
You tell us who has the better roster. You tell us.
And why?
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Yeah, please. All right, we'll talk to you all in the next one.
Easy. Peace.